At a wedding we attended, my wife danced with her male best friend all night while ignoring me. When someone asked if she was married, she said, "Not really. It doesn't count when he's boring." They laughed. I just watched. The next morning, she woke up alone. So my marriage ended last Saturday night. There was no big fight, no yelling, no plates being thrown. It ended with a laugh. Her laugh. A fake, nasty little sound in a fancy hotel ballroom that told me everything I needed to know. Let's back up. I'm Tom. My wife, well, ex-wife now I guess, is Olivia. We were married for 4 years. On the surface, things probably looked fine. Good house, nice cars, the whole deal. But underneath, the foundation was shot. I've known it for about a year. I'm a pretty observant guy. I notice things. And what I noticed was Ben. Ben is her male best friend, her brother. For the first few years, I tried to be the cool, trusting husband. I told myself that their history was just that, history. But in the last year, after we got married, something changed in her. The sense of entitlement grew, and her respect for me seemed to shrink in direct proportion. The red flags went from small, fluttering things in the distance to giant, flapping banners right in my face. It was the constant texting. The phone angled away from me whenever he messaged. It was the way she'd bring him up in every conversation, comparing my choices to what Ben would have done. The moment I knew I had to start planning my exit was about 8 months ago. We were planning a trip for our anniversary. I had spent weeks researching a quiet cabin in the mountains, the kind of peaceful getaway I knew we both used to love. When I showed her the pictures, she seemed underwhelmed. The next day, she came to me with a new plan. Ben was saying we should go to that new resort on the coast instead. It's supposed to be amazing. It wasn't a suggestion. It was a decision she had already made with him. My plans were irrelevant. We went to the resort. I spent 4 days watching her text him pictures of the view. That's when I realized I wasn't being a cool husband. I was being a placeholder, a provider, the boring, reliable infrastructure for the exciting life she was living with other people. So I stopped being a doormat. I just did it quietly. I'm not the type to make big, dramatic scenes. That's her arena. I'm a planner. I started making preparations. The first call was to a lawyer, a sharp guy my friend recommended. I had a 90-minute consultation just to understand my rights and liabilities. The house was in my name, bought and paid for before I met her. That was the most important thing. He advised me on how to protect my other assets. The next day, I started moving my money. I opened a new set of bank accounts at a different bank. I began diverting most of my income there, leaving just enough in our shared accounts to keep up appearances. I was building an escape route, brick by brick. I knew I was going to need it. I just didn't know when. The wedding last Saturday was the final straw. It was for her friend from college. A huge, expensive party. Olivia was in heaven. She loves a crowd, an audience.